So this is actually one of the cheapest semi-detaches that are currently for sale in Mississauga. It's right at Confederation and Eglinton. It's listed at $849,000 and it has 3 bedrooms and 3.5 baths with a potential basement apartment or in-law suite with the separate entrance through the garage. I mean, you can see the Square One buildings right behind me, right over there. So location is prime for Mississauga. This is a perfect entry-level home for first-time buyers or families or small families that just want to start off in a nice house, not a condo, and it's listed at $849,000, which is really good for a semi-detached, especially in Central Mississauga. So let's go take a look. So here it is. This is a single car garage, but you can fit at least a couple of cars. Actually, you could probably fit 3 to 4 cars on this driveway, which is pretty big if you are renting it out the basement. You do have that extra driveway space to get all the tenants a parking spot, which can increase how much you actually rent it for. All right, so as soon as you enter, this is your open concept living and dining room area. There is a family room in the back there, and you do have a couple of windows, but it's facing the wall. So, I mean, natural light is okay. It's not too bad in here. I like the opening for the family room. And then you have a pretty decent sized kitchen. Let me show you guys from this angle. Pretty decent sized kitchen. It is an eat-in kitchen. So this is your eat-in area right here. And then they turned that into the TV wall. I don't like it. I think a nice cozy little TV area would be this room, right? You do have the accent wall there as well. Let me just pan this and show you guys kind of the flow of the home. Now it does, if I'm honest, it does need a little bit of upgrading because, I mean, the price reflects that. It's $849, so it needs a little bit, but honestly, so far, it is pretty move-in ready. Now, if you don't like a lot of yard work, then this is probably the backyard that you'll want. It is not the biggest, but you still have this little deck and just a little bit of grass on the back over there. So, I mean, yard work won't be an issue if you don't have that green thumb. But a lot of homes in this price range, they don't actually come with this separate family room area. It's usually just that living and dining room combined. Now, if you go down there, that's the basement. But what I'll just quickly show you is that there is a separate entrance through the garage. So that's what's the garage door. So you can actually come in through the garage. And then this is your powder room. You can see the toilet there. So this is not a legal registered basement apartment. So you can consider it like an in-law suite, or you could make it legal yourself. You would have to do something about that separate entrance though, probably from the back or potentially the side of the house. But it's perfect for an in-law suite or a family member to live down there. It does have the full kitchen. I'll get to that, but I want to show you guys the upstairs, which is 3 bedrooms with like a den space, which you don't see very often. Okay, so this is like the den space that I'm talking about. It's like an open space. You could turn it into an office. It has a window, so good natural light's coming in here. Let me just show you guys the flow of the rooms. That's one room, that's the second room, and then the primary bedroom is over there in the back. So let's start with this first room that's glimmering with natural light. Pretty good size. You could fit a queen in here. Should be no problem. Let me show you guys the street from here. And that is not a walk-in closet, just a double door closet. This is what I call the den or the office. Again, lots of natural light coming in here. Now, I'll be honest, this room, pretty small. This is a pretty small room, but if you have a little baby or something, it's perfect for a young baby or a young child. This is your main washroom. So not very upgraded. Here's your tub. Not very upgraded, but again, I mean, this is listed at $849. And then here is your primary room, which is actually a pretty good size, I must say. And then this is your ensuite with the corner windows, lots of natural light coming in here. The women will have a good time doing their makeup because you have the natural light, and natural light is what you need for filming and for makeup. And then here is your walk-in closet. Sorry, the light is not working, so I'm not actually able to show you, but they do have some custom cabinetry in there. Now for a semi-detached at $850, $849, it has a couple of things that you don't always get. One is that open space right over there, that open space, which is like a den or an office space that you can use it for. The second thing that a lot of properties in this price point don't come with is that separate family room, which I showed you was over there. And the third thing that a lot of properties don't come with in this price point is actually a rentable basement apartment, quote unquote, because it's not registered. But let me just show you guys. So this is where the laundry is. It is in a common area, right? So that's your separate entrance from the garage. And then this is your laundry, right? And then there's a door here that separates the apartment, so you can keep that door locked. Let me show you guys the kitchen. So good size for the basement, must say. It's actually very usable. And then your fridge is on the opposite end. And then you have your full washroom with the stand-up shower and your 1 bedroom right here. Pretty decent size actually. The room is a good size, I must say. It's hard to tell on camera, but you can easily fit like a king bed in here, no problem, right? And you could probably, if you were to rent this, you could probably rent this, I would say at about $1,500 a month pretty easily. So if you are looking for a semi-detached property in Mississauga and you have a tight budget, really consider this one. It does need a little bit of work, mainly in, I would say, the kitchen and like the washrooms, just a little bit of an upgrade, but nothing major. It's listed at $849, right at Confederation and Eglinton. So this is like prime location of Mississauga, where everything is literally right at your doorstep, just a couple of minutes drive. It's even walkable to get to a lot of the amenities. So yeah, let me know what you guys think. If you have any comments, drop them below, and make sure you subscribe if you want to see more property tours or just general information about the Mississauga and Toronto real estate market. See you guys next time.